Hello everybody. So today we are on to our next lesson, lesson 54. So we're still in the review here. So we have 5 separate thoughts to sit with today, and then sit with them together and see them as a whole and let them do the work in the unraveling of perception and fear. So today with lesson 54, the first thought of the day is thought number 16. I have no neutral thoughts. Neutral thoughts are impossible because all thoughts have power. They will either make a false world or lead me to a real one. But thoughts cannot be without effects. As the world I see arises from my thinking errors, so will the real world rise before my eyes as I let my errors be corrected. My thoughts cannot be neither true nor false. They must be one or the other. What I see shows me what they are. So again, we're going right to source. We're going right to the source of the thoughts within our mind. So by accepting the thought, I have no neutral thoughts, we are giving power to our thoughts. Right? Because we don't have any idle thoughts. Every single one of them has power. So when we look out into the world and we see a fearful world, a scary world, a world filled with hatred, then what we are seeing is our projection of the thoughts that we hold in our mind. And by recognizing that all of our thoughts have power and whatever we hold in our mind creates that world in our external experience, then we are offering our thoughts up for correction. For when we let our mind be corrected so that we're no longer seeing the world as a fearful, scary, crazy world that this world of illusion is, we get to see the true world in its place. And this is the real world that we share with God and all of our brothers and sisters. And it is this that we bring here through the recognition that I have no neutral thoughts. And since my thoughts are not neutral, I want every single thought that is not love and peace corrected, because that is my responsibility. And so, to continue forward, number 17, I see no neutral things. What I see witnesses to what I think. If I did not think, I would not exist, because life is thought. I'm going to sit there for a second. Life is thought. Let me look on the world as the representation of my own state of mind. I know that my state of mind can change, and so I also know that the world I see can change as well. I see no neutral things, because everything that we see is merely just a reflection of our thinking, like we've been saying, and it's such a beautiful thought of release to know that we truly can change our minds and change the world because of that. And so to continue, number 18, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. Now we're getting to sight, right? I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. If I have no private thoughts, I cannot see a private world. Even the mad idea of separation had to be shared before it could form the basis of the world I see. Yet that sharing was a sharing of nothing. I can also call upon my real thoughts, which share everything with everybody. As my thoughts of separation call to the separation thoughts of others, so my real thoughts awaken the real thoughts in them. And the world my real thoughts show me will dawn on their sight as well as mine. This is so beautiful. This is where it comes to for me, as being most powerful. It's within our relationships. We recognize that I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thinking. So before we can wake up to this reality of heaven here, we have to wake up to the recognition that we agreed to have this experience of separation. That is the mad idea. And all of us as souls, as children of God, chose to have this experience of what it would be like to be separate from God. And therefore, from that choice that we agreed on, we are now here experiencing nothingness. We are here experiencing the seeming opposite of God in reality, and that is what this whole world is. And so with this recognition, we also realize that once I change my thoughts, the source of my thoughts from being that of fear and separation and of this body and of this world, is when we get to join in our real thoughts with our brothers and sisters. And this is how I can choose for myself how I wish to see the world and be in the world and live in the world. And that by extending that and giving that to my brothers and sisters, that awakens the light of truth in them so they can accept it and receive it for themselves along with me. Now, this is where our joy comes from. This is where our power comes from, when we recognize that I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. That when I open to having the source of my thoughts change, my vision changes as well. And then it is that vision that I can give as a gift to my brothers and sisters everywhere, so that one by one, and then in groups, can we awaken to the truth in the light of our being, which is that we can have heaven here. It's a state of mind. It's a beingness, right? That's what we are. Yay. To continue. Number 19. I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. So not only am I not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing, but I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am alone in nothing. I am alone in nothing. Everything I think or say or do touches all of the universe. And it touches all of the universe because the universe is holographic, right? The whole is in every part. Even if we can't quite see that and understand that yet, that is what is actually true. A son of God cannot think or speak or act in vain. He cannot be alone in anything. It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine, for mine is the power of God. So Jesus is just extending his hand out to us again, saying that everything you think, you say, you do is affecting the entire universe. This is how we get through, the idea of what you give, you receive, right? Cause and effect, this whole experience, that it literally does affect the entire world. So Jesus is here saying, hey, let's change our minds together. And in doing so, we are changing our minds to be in line with the power of God, because that is where we truly reside. Such a beautiful thing. Then our final thought, number 20 for today. I am determined to see. I am determined to see. Recognizing the shared nature of my thoughts, I am determined to see. I would look upon the witnesses that show me the thinking of the world has been changed. I would behold the proof that what has been done through me has enabled love to replace fear, laughter to replace weeping, and abundance to replace loss. I would look upon the real world and let it teach me that my will and the will of God are one. And so it is. So pretty much in our determination to see, we are seeing for all of the world and seeing the real world in the place of this world we call Earth. And because of that, we get to experience, live, and demonstrate the will of God through us and truly let go of our separate will, which is the cause of the fear and the pain and the feelings of alone to begin with. So beautiful souls, together we can celebrate in saying, I am determined to see. I am determined to see. And through this willingness will the Holy Spirit teach us the truth about ourselves and the truth about this world here. So happy that these ideas are true. So now, just a recap on the ideas for today. 16, I have no neutral thoughts. 17, I see no neutral things. 18, I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. 19, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. 20, I am determined to see. On that note, I love all of you, and let's accept and receive this vision for ourselves and let it shine throughout the world. And so it is, beautiful souls. Have a blessed day. Bye.